Reykjanes fire is the name I've given to the 9 eruptions that we had since the 2021 in the Reykjanes Peninsula. These are starting from the cells of the uplift and convection inside the earth core, which leads to the convection in the mantle probably. And then through the extension of the earth crust in this area, we will have eruption. They are starting from the Reykjanes because that's the first point that the mid-Atlantic extension ridge hits the land, and from there extend to the north. That's Eurasia and America pulling apart in that area, and it's historically creating many eruptions in that area. We call them systems, volcanic systems. The first one was a volcanic system, newly discovered Vegedestrial system. This was the first eruption that we had in this series. Then followed by the Meridional eruption, just a few kilometers to the northeast of that, and then the Little Hortor, which was a bigger one and lasted longer, around 2 months, shattering of the cone of the volcano we first saw here. And the area was covered after that with this lava permanently. The next eruption was in the December 2023 in the Svartsengi volcanic system. It didn't last more than a few days, but it covered some areas in the Sunduka crater chain. The next eruption in the February actually reached the town of the Grindavik. It sliced through the defensive wall that we built there and burned part of the town of the Grindavik. A few houses were burned. It meant that our defenses were not adequate in that point. If it was not because of the small spur of the eruption in that area, it didn't last long. The map of it you can see here. The next one was in the February. The January one was the one which burned part of the Grindavik. February one was quite dramatic in that sense. We could see everything from the beginning to the end almost. And it covered a larger area compared to that previous one. And you can see the map of extension of this reached and cut some of the lines, pipelines, and the access road to the Grindavik and the Svartsengi. The next eruption was longer. It had a butterfly pattern. For the first time, we saw the fissure opening in 2 directions, creating also phreatic eruptions, covered a large area compared to the previous one also. And the next one in the March, April was this one, creating a phreatic eruption. It lasted, of course, for a while and was one of the larger ones. And it came then to this latest one, the 9th one in this whole series I call Reykjanes fire, in the late August. It created very high and tall fountains, 176 to 75 meters of lava jumping into the air. And it was a very volatile ridge. It spread a large area, but mostly confined to the north. So it didn't reach the south part of the Svartsengi volcanic system. Our simplistic models were revised during these 9 eruptions from this very simple one to this more complex structure, which shows the reservoir as a 2-stage, and the deeper one and the shallower one, which was a big advancement. Also, the delay between each eruption pointed to the fact that we have to remember magma is a non-Newtonian fluid. That was probably, in my view, one of the most biggest discoveries I made about these volcanoes. And volcanic earthquakes are needed, and tectonic earthquakes are needed to actually shake this ketchup-like magma to help it to flow and eventually erupt, create bubbles practically, like a fizzy drink. This is a summary of what I have called the Reykjanes fires. Over the past few years, we had 9 of them, and we expect more.